twitch.tv/Bishie, and let's play some more Danganronpa. So excited! Yesterday, which, by the time you, yesterday was Tuesday. It was Tuesday, let me look at my phone real quick. Tuesday, June 15th, we got the announcement that Danganronpa 1, 2, and B3 are going to be combined in a pack that is going to be available soon, at some point, to Nintendo Switch. And not only that, we're also beginning what some fans are already dubbing Danganronpa S. We're getting, like, the B3 game just very much expanded, and it has all the characters from every single game in it, which is awesome. I can't wait to play that. I'm trying to figure out if I want to play it on stream or if I want to do recordings of it. I'll figure it out. I'll probably watch someone else do it to determine what I want to do. Kind of, as I talked to some other people, I'm kind of disappointed that Ultra Despair Girls was kind of like kicked to the side. It's like, you know, the Ultra Despair Girls always seems to be easily forgotten about, even though you've got some good characters in it and you have some character growth in it. And I like the game. You know, I love how there's a female protagonist in that game. You know, as much as I like B3, FU B3 for what you did with the protagonist. So yeah. And as you may have guessed, yes, once I finish 1, once I finish 2, before I start in B3, I will be playing Ultra Despair Girls. Because I got to see one of my favorite OTPs. But anyways, let's continue on with this game. We're in chapter 4, and Kyoko is talking to us again, thank God. Oh my God, that was a mess. Getting, you know, Sakura didn't want to spend free time with me. Hina didn't want to spend free time with me. Kyoko didn't even want to talk to me. So it's like, at least the other two are like, nah, I'm not feeling it, sorry. You know, she straight, like, silent treatment. But now she's like, okay, I'm gonna forgive you now, thank God. And now we gotta see what Alter Ego has to say.
Correct.
Alter Ego asked me to bring others to come see him. Apparently he has something he wants to ask us. Alter Ego wants to ask us something? Yeah, let's see. Aww. Hello. Oh, so it's just the two of you? Kyoko and Makoto? Kyoko's fingers slided across the keyboard. Or glided across the keyboard. Glided, slided, same thing, close enough. Is 2 not enough? Well, more than 2 would kind of raise suspicion, but we'll see. No, it's okay, 2 should be plenty. But what is it he wants to ask us?
Indeed.
Let's find out, shall we? Kyoko typed the question. What did you want to ask us? Oh yeah, so I'd like you to take me somewhere where you can connect me to the school network. Oh, hun, that's risky. Just taking you out of this room is risky.
What?
Exactly. Kyoko and I quickly glanced at each other. She replied, "Why?"
You see,
Well, you said my job was done, right? But to just stop here, saying I finished my work,
but
I don't want to do that.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. Aww, poor thing. I want to work as hard as everyone else so we can all get out of here.
That's right.
That's what Master would want too. He's right. So to help everyone else, to solve the mystery of the school,
That's right.
the only way I can help is if you connect me to the school's network. But if you did that, that's basically suicide. I'm positive the mastermind will find out about it. They'd find you and they'd... You agree, right, Kyoko? She's got her thinking face on.
So,
I realize how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this.
but
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still,
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay.
I'm gonna do my best.
If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. I couldn't help but get lost in that voice. It was just too committed. Also, I'm sorry if I didn't mention it earlier, but it is going to be almost 100. So, and like I said before, my new setup is right next to the AC. So please excuse any AC type noises. I'm not going to risk my health and roast to try to not risk my health and not risk my computer to roast recording video. It was just too committed, too admirable, too fragile.
Hey.
You remember what you asked before, Makoto? You asked what the difference is between a person and a program, right? Yeah?
Certainly.
When I talk to Alter Ego, I don't know. I have no idea how to answer that question. I think maybe that's a question even the program's creator can't answer. But I can say this.
Correct.
There's no question that Alter Ego is our friend. Exactly. Kyoko. To be honest, I didn't want Alter Ego to push himself anymore. Because if we take any more risks, the mastermind really will notice it. But...
Makoto.
Let's do it, Makoto. Let's connect Alter Ego to the network. But...
Hey.
He's our friend, so I want to take his feelings into consideration. And he says that he wants to fight alongside his friends.
Now,
if you were in his place, could you just sit by and do nothing in this situation? If you saw everyone else fighting and doing their best, could you just look the other way? Or would you stand up? Stand up tall next to everyone else and tell them you're their friend.
So,
Hey, are you guys fighting? Oh, poor thing. If it's about me, please don't.
I want to believe in myself.
Aww. I want to be able to say, I know I can do this.
Leave it to me.
So please, let me try.
Listen.
And besides, there's one place where the mastermind might not notice. One place?
That's right.
Remember? There's another place besides here where there's no surveillance camera. Yeah, but Makoto got jumped at that place. That's the problem. A room without a surveillance camera. Secret room. That's it. The secret room you told me about. I definitely remember there was no surveillance camera in there.
Indeed.
And I do believe you can connect to the network from there. How, though? That's what I like to know. Sorry. Allergies. I remember seeing an Ethernet port on the wall. However, just because there's no camera there doesn't mean there's no danger. There's no way to be sure the mastermind isn't monitoring the network somehow. We'll also have to move Alter Ego, and the mastermind may spot us going to the secret room. If they pick up on any of this, then it's all over. You're right.
That's what we have to do.
But despite all that, I still think we need to try.
Correct.
Because that's our best chance of finding any new clues. Kyoko. In that case, will you let me carry him? There's no way you could hide him with what you're wearing, right? So let me do it. Yeah, plus, I mean, it would be... She looks mad. Plus, it'd be easier for Makoto to do it since it's in the boys' bathroom.
It's true.
Okay then, I'll leave it to you. Thank you.
So then,
Then let's get started. It's gonna be a little cramped for you, Alter Ego. Bear with us, okay? We started packing him up right away. I closed the laptop and stuffed it under my jacket. It tickles. What the f... Shh, you can't talk right now. We're going to move you to another room. Until we get there, you have to be absolutely silent, okay? Understood. Your command has been implemented. Good. To have him react like a machine like that all of a sudden, I don't know how to react.
Makoto.
In the secret room, there are a bunch of different cables in one of the desk drawers. So there might be a network cable in there.
However,
Assuming the mastermind hasn't taken it already. Well, all we can do is go and check for ourselves.
it's true.
Agreed. Let's head to the secret room. Okay. Alright, was there anyone about? That's the thing. Can we talk to anyone? They're probably not going to have anybody about. Okay. Ooh. Do you have something to say? Ah, Makoto! What the? Why do you seem so surprised? Nothing's wrong. Why would anything be wrong? He's acting really strange. Well, I guess he's always acting really strange. Okay, well, gonna go back to my room now. Take her easy, partner. See ya. What the what? What was that? Oh my god. God. Uh-oh. Whoa.
Have you reached that certain age?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. My obsession. What are you doing? Living? I see. Anyway, I head back to room. I can't talk. Anyway, I'm just heading back to my room. I'll just be there, living totally calm. Okay. Yikes. I don't think it's gonna let us go into like any other rooms to see if there's anyone in there. I think it'll just let us do hall encounters.
Just a second. Hey,
Whoop. This bathroom.
hey,
Hey, Makoto.
why?
Are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again. What?
Listen to me.
Just hurry up and go, and make sure you don't run off. I'm going to wait right here. Why are you so mad? Oh, I get it. She's acting. She was so forceful, I thought I'd made her mad again somehow.
Just a second.
Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go. Okay, okay, I'm going.
So then,
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. Forgot, this is where I need to go. Oops. She's like, what? Okay. Okay, first we have to find a network cable. That's a stool. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables in this drawer. Found it. This is a network cable, right? Yes. Now we just have to connect Alter Ego. I immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected it to the Ethernet port with the cable. And that should do it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it worked.
Leave it to me.
Just leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world. If I can, I'll see if I can call for help. So please, just wait a little while longer.
I'm
Just
gonna
hold,
do my best.
just hold tight and put your faith in me. As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us, as friends.
Huh?
Friends? Even me?
Thank you.
Aww. Thank you, Makoto. Okay, well.
Makoto.
How'd it go? Well, it went okay, but all the documents are gone, just like I told you. My reply was an unintentional mix of acting and real feelings.
Correct.
I see. Then there's nothing left for us here.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye. Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore, that much was for sure. Ah, Kyoko.
What?
Yes? So we're just gonna split up?
Why is that?
Of course. I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Shh. Well, maybe, but isn't that just a little too direct?
Whew.
Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high-baked. That's not what I meant. I just had more I wanted to talk to you about. Like, what are you going to do about Sakura?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done, it's true.
However,
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen. Then what should we...
so...
If we can find some new clue that would likely change the situation, that's all we can hope for right now. Which is why Alter Ego...
Correct.
All we can do is wait and believe in our friends. You're right. That's our only option. Okay. We parted ways and I headed back to my room. I'm kind of tired, so I laid down in bed. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving Alter Ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So before long at all... Oh, no free time. Okay. I had completely dozed off. Huh? Okay. Hello. Huh? The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Who's at the door? Hello? Rattle?
Makoto.
Makoto, get out here. Uh-oh. Kyoko, what's going on?
Indeed.
Hina just came to see me and she was white as a ghost. It sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. Okay. Alright. Let's not... Makoto, Kyoko! Hina, what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room? What's inside? There was a window on the rec room door and I hurried to look inside. And when I did... What's she doing in there? Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey.
What's going on? Did something happen to her?
Huh?
I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond.
Huh?
So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
Anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door is locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just said
Wrong.
the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room doesn't have a lock. Huh? Then why?
It would seem...
It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair?
In other words...
Either way, the door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in?
Indeed.
Let's smash a window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure... Kyoko didn't reply. Uh-oh. There was only silence. I don't like this. But that silence didn't last long. Here! I found a broom in that classroom. Use it.
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please!
Come on, please hurry. Okay, you two, stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung it as hard as I could. Aiming directly at the window, all it took was one solid hit. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. Oh, I hope that none of those hit her. That would suck. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair is pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her... the music! All I felt was cold death. I don't like this. At all. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have a webcam yet. Hold on a minute, let me take a drink. Oh my god. Another one of my favorite characters. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then... Of course...
A body has been discovered!
You're only too happy to do that.
After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Danganronpa.
Huh? Sakura's...
Yeah.
Sakura's... dead? She's... really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. We didn't even know. It happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. I just noticed the sign said Hopeful Peak. Yeah, nothing hopeful about this. And the camera looks like it's pointed right at Sakura. And why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. Yes, I am tearing up. Leave me alone. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone.
What?
Even to the end, you're calling her ogre? Jerk.
Yes, yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh? God.
I see.
Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means.
Interesting.
Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you're going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her. It's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault.
It was one of you. Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, one of you killed Sakura.
What?
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? Y'all were so mean to her. I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her.
I won't forgive you.
One of you did it, I know it. You know it? Of course. Sheesh, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad. Go away!
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't it obvious I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer?
It's the Monokuma file!
That's right, it's the next Monokuma file. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that little face of yours. Hey, don't be crude now too, just 'cause Sakura is gone. Now then, with that, hold on. There's something I want to ask you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura. And he's a good culprit. I mean, she did betray him.
Say what?
Uh-huh. Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and
In
then...
other words,
Then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. The whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me.
phew.
Which, thank God for that, it saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Excuse me. I have a feeling you were lost. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that. Dude, rude. Go away.
Hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
well, darn.
So I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
Oh, Hina's gonna fight you now. You owe them one? Oopsie, before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first.
Shing!
Cause I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
What the hell, he owes them one?
I won't forgive you.
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. We all do. Well, I for one am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. Dude, shut up. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina. I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay then, Hina is guard number 1. But we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
what?
Me? You're always the thorn in my side. This time you just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. Dude, you have no right to give people orders. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura.
I won't forgive you.
I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her. Poor Hina.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not laying... her crying is getting to me. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear now.
I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. Why you? Mr. Bossy McBossPants? What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. Oh my god. And you, Hiro, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. She's got a good point. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body? Dude. She's gonna slap you again, and nobody's gonna object to that.
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Okay. I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from a violent vomiting of blood. Okay. Monokuma file number 4 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Okay. I think this case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
so
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door has been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out until we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
in other words,
In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. I tried to combine novels and movies. Sorry. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
hey,
Are you curious to hear more about the locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we have to do is check the door to see that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh,
In other words,
basically the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Yeah, I think we could probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they show up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room. Technically, the room wasn't locked. There was just a door pushed up against it.
In other words,
By that I mean there's actually an alternative escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Okay. I don't know why I was looking down. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma files, Sakura died around 12 noon. So roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? Ooh.
What?
What did you want? You're bothering me. Go away. I wanted to click on the camera, but he's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I better go before he crushes my soul completely. Oh my god, okay. Camera. Oh. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Okay. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked room from inside, not from the outside. Rec room door has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay. What's that? There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So,
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So,
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it will become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Empty protein drink has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay. Let's talk to Hina.
What the heck?
We already know who did it.
I won't forgive
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to come meet with her. You know where. Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she had left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file, she said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I had stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Hina's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section in your handbook. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same place and the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I heard, what I just heard with the three of them directly. Okay.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Okay. Sakura drew her last breath sitting some forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Maybe her getting a hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
I see the handkerchief. Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Can I click on that? This looks like some kind of wrapper. Oh, it's a wrapper, not a handkerchief.
Huh?
Huh? That's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get back to the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure no one else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
'Cause, I mean,
But I want Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the Truth Bullet section in your handbook. Okay. There's blood up here. There's magazines. The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf blood stain has been added to the Truth Bullet section in your handbook. Okay. Bottles. There are 4 red bottles lined up on this shelf. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles. Yeah, really.
So,
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. I don't know how they do those either. That'd be a cool thing to do though. Huh? You know where the bottle opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
in other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay, what's this? There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. So where's the figure? Glass shards on the floor have been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. There it is. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. That'd be cool if there was released a Danganronpa chess set. I would so buy that. And just, like, find a place to have it set up in my house. Figure on the floor has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma ball is sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit on the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma ball was the weapon. Okay. What's this? Huh? The locker's open, and they're on the inside. It's a handprint?
why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding there in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid there until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? The locker was open. Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay. Is that all? Oop. Let's talk to Grumpy again.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? Dude. So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Dude, you wanted to be in here. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Okay. So everyone's done, I can leave. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. Okay. I can't leave yet, I guess. Okay, let's talk to Hina again.
What the heck?
We already know who did it.
Forgive me.
The factory asked those people, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the 3 of them directly, okay. You have anything else to say? She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her?
Certainly.
It must have taken her by surprise, right? Certainly they would need to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Okay. Check her one more time. There's obvious evidence of multiple blows to the head Sakura suffered. Okay. Alright, now can I leave? Oh, I want to go. Goodbye. Oh, yes. I forgot that's how you leave, okay. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Alright. Thanks for the teleport. Who do I talk to first? Does it matter? Let's talk to Toko. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds, it's the other one.
Who's there?
Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Aw, poor thing.
I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you do. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? Ah, I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit, I didn't get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back into my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Alright. You're at the end. Sakura. Ooh. Celeste. Is Hiro on the sun? Yeah, he is. Yawn. There he is. I pressed the doorbell. After a few seconds.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? Yes, because I use the occult, unlike you. Sorry. But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well,
When
when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. You're tripping over your words, dude.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yep, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
Last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was going around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, it looks like I don't have it anymore. Suspicious. With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh?
Huh?
Why do you have that?
What?
Caught! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again. You're like Monokuma with the photos. And shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. You have a trash can in your room. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Uh-huh. Hiro said it was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash. Pocket trash. Has been added to the truthful section of your handbook. Oh god. Okay, so I heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Okay. I'm gonna go to the chem lab. We already talked to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro, and yeah, Hiro seemed very suspicious. Alright, I know how to use the map. Sure, let's see. That's a rec room. Oh, it's on the fourth floor. Why are you in the chem lab already? Interesting. That's not suspicious at all.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, got it. I think what you meant to say is, yes sir, I understand. No. don't you shut Shut up! Nobody wants to hear you. This is one of the monitors Monokuma appears on. Being scared of it won't do any good. I'm better off just ignoring it completely. Ah, yeah! Coin! Okay. A surveillance camera. I just don't think I'll ever get used to it. I mean, who could get used to being watched 24/7? Alright. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. Okay. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Okay. So on the shelf is, it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must be truly bliss. Shut up. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suit you well. Dude, go away. I didn't even say that. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit, section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. Okay, this one. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room. Boop. How do I go back? Okay. Whew. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit, section A. Huh? But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone put that here on accident? On this shelf is one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit, section C. I should try and find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem Lab shelf has been added to the Truth Bullet section in your handbook. There's a bunch of yellow powders scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle has a label on it. Chem C4. Poison. Would you like to hear something interesting? Not from you, no. I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. No kidding!
So, in other words...
Crap! Then this powder must have spilled. That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. So I was taking a drink and my hand decided to twitch and click the mouse button. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the power has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay. There's feet prints. Those are footprints. And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. Oh, shut up. Rub your face in that powder. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop, chop. Shut up. I should have like a counter of how many times I tell him to shut up throughout this game. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I had drawn up a sketch of the room. So, how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. Then you should have done it if you could have done a better job. For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? No?
What?
I took a nap. Okay, then let me see your shoes and I can confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did as Byakuya said. I see, so your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit that these are not your footprints. No kidding. Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. It also looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on the position of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the Bruck room. Okay. Do you have anything else to say?
I see.
Makoto, I admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues. But you also need to learn how to make use of those clues. Oh well. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Okay.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro told me.
I see.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway,
Well, I made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Okay. You have something to say, Hina?
What the heck? I won't forgive you.
Oh.
Just the worst.
You had nothing useful to say, so... Okay, magazine. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word has been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message. Where have we seen that before?
however,
People like to play in blood and write messages. You notice that? But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that, that says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
And she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Magazine dying message has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay. I think she said the bottles. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new. There's a space.
hey,
So did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention, you're sure to find it. A correlation? Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is? Oh god.
so,
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Oh. No answer? I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Monokuma bottle has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. Sorry. I like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. Oh god. I really don't know what this is about, but... what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
That was fast. Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The piece of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. She's going to see if it's a Monokuma bottle. It is. Because there's a space. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
In other words,
which means each Monokuma ball weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figurines inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay then, let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The result of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you'll arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Oh, great. Monokuma ball experiment has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I have no idea. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Oh god. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew,
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. That doesn't sound right at all. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
Oh, God. More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Oh good, it's powder. I thought it was throat. Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary has been added to the Truth Bullet section in your handbook. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Oh, great.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Rude.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It was already time, but the mystery of the locked room was still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Okay, so the longer episode is because I recorded for about an hour and then I stopped that recording and started again, and then it was like 20 minutes left of the investigation before I got to this point. So, hence why this was a longer episode. I just decided to stitch the two together. So, I hope you all don't mind. Excuse me. And then, Friday will be the class trial. So, that's going to be all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, after Friday, I'm going to be. I have a couple other videos that I filmed, because you know I always take a little break in between chapters just for my mental and emotional well-being, because this game is just ugh. So yeah, you'll get to see I do a. What do I do? Anyway, I have a couple videos I have planned. So, I have a video where I test out a new product, and I also have an unboxing video. So you'll get to see two much shorter videos, and then will be either another. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Probably I will do those two videos, and then the next video on let's see, on Thursday. On Thursday what I'll probably do is I will post one of my VODs from Steam, or not Steam, from Twitch, since I haven't posted a VOD in a while. So anyways, that's gonna be all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay happy, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.